The Sanctuary is brought to you by Sanctuary, a digital marketing group. Visit us online at sanctuarymg.com to receive more digital marketing tips and advice. Welcome to The Sanctuary, a regular podcast that helps marketers, business owners, and industry leaders keep up with the world of digital marketing and the challenge of business growth. Episodes include news and commentary, interviews and opinions, advice and strategy, stories and personal profiles, and more. Thanks for being here with us. Now, please sit back and let's get into this week's show.
What are you doing?
He's trying to write your topic, but she keeps sliding into the board.
Oh, we're writing the topic.
This will really fulfill Emma's desire.
She loves
I
thought
she, as soon as she saw that as an opportunity to write the board, she sat in the seat and she grabbed the marker.
I can't knock it. Okay. You want me to give you a name for the? Okay. Google organic shopping updates. Pretty exciting stuff.
I could tell you had that written down.
I did not. Okay, so, and begin my time. Unless you already started.
Oh, who's timing?
I will.
Okay. I have my decibel thing up. I'm not sure why. I was like, that's
How
so
loud is it?
How loud am I talking right now?
You're normally around a 70,
You're 1
but
minute in, you got 3 minutes.
Oh, you're losing time.
Alright. Google is making changes to shopping for mobile. They are now aggregating popular items into a section within search. The section will allow you to filter products based on specific criteria, i.e. men's clothes versus women's clothes, etc. When you click on a product, it will allow you to see multiple pictures of the item as well as any different colors or variations of the product. It will also pull in any sellers that are selling the product and share their pricing as well as any reviews on the product. This is currently only available for clothing, but will be expanding to more queries, categories, devices, and products.
That's odd clothing only.
Yeah, I think they're just testing the waters right now, see how much people care about it. Because it's basically just taking the shopping tab of Google and putting it in search for mobile. So I think they're just testing it out to see how people react to it, and if it does well, then they'll put it for more stuff.
I like
right
it.
Now. Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Pretty cool stuff.
Alright, Christy.
Alright, so we're going to talk about basement ad placement.
And this is what we're gonna do.
Did you just say basement? Basement?
Basement.
I feel like
Yeah.
she did.
Basement.
Did I? Possibly.
Basement.
Roll the tape.
I have baby strokes.
Court recorder.
Alright.
Basement ad book.
So, when setting up a Facebook ad, we take the following steps. We write good copy / fantastic copy.
Tremendous, baby.
Tremendous. We pick an objective, we choose an ad format, we target the right audience, and okay? So one thing that often gets overlooked in Facebook ad setup is placement. So by a show of hands, if you're setting up Facebook ads, how many of you click, go ahead Facebook, you select for me where those ads are going to be placed. Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. So it's not that that's wrong, but it is good to monitor how are those ads doing based on where they're placed. So some options for where these ads can be placed are the news feed, Facebook Marketplace, video feeds, right column, Messenger inbox, Facebook stories, Instagram videos, search results, sponsored messages, and instant articles.
You getting all this?
So the clients that I took a look at, and interestingly enough, they did have varied results in terms of where they were placing the ads and how many clicks they were getting, how many impressions. So it was pretty interesting information, and as I was setting up ads this week, I was like, well, why am I gonna, if I know that an ad's not doing well in a news feed, then I'm gonna just not even select that. So I'm trying to be more manual. And then also you can check out and see like age, different things like that, like are there certain age ranges of people which maybe you guys knew that, but yeah. So Facebook ad placement. Questions?
Where do you find this information?
No, but we're scared.
Maybe Chrissy should be in sales.
Or education.
Or comedy. Or hand movement.
All three.
Yeah.
I think hand movement is the right career.
Comedic education.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Hand's really cool.
Well, where is it at?
Where is it at? Okay, so write and breakdown. It's funny you should ask. I have it right here. In
Beautiful.
breakdown, you
Oh,
just
I
go
found
to
it.
buy delivery,
What's happening?
and then you go to
Hand
investment. Yes,
Nice.
and
But it's
it'll
in the
literally
ad
show
set.
you.
Oh.
You can
I
take that and
figured it
pass it
was.
around if you like. So
I don't want.
whatever.
Get this out of my face.
But when you're setting it up, it's in the ad
It's like
set
at a
level.
kid's
Yeah,
birthday
right.
party when they
Choose
pass
the-
around the card.
Where
But
you want
what's
to
the
put
Oh,
ad?
let's read it. Let me read the card.
Yeah.
And then everybody at the
Set.
party passes the
Yeah.
card around,
Nobody
and you're like,
cares. Oh, yeah.
oh yeah, that is so nice.
That was lame on this side. It was like,
Also, can I just add something to that? I got to read a lot this week, which it's part of my thing, so ignore that. I saw that and I didn't know this, for the audience network, you know how you can like choose to send ads out to the audience network, which is like any website that Facebook could possibly
Yeah.
advertise on?
yes.
You can actually download a list of where your ads are showing, like what websites. So you can see like, oh, my site is showing on this seedy site. I don't want it to go there, and you can block certain ones, which I didn't know you could download that list.
Can you select certain ones then too? Like where you're like, oh, I think I'm really
You
gonna
can, like-
connect with these audiences. That's interesting.
The more you know, the more you pull.
Wow.
Yeah, I was trying to think of what the notes were.
This is her time up. Yes. Well, I stopped it and then restarted.
Oh, and now we've learned from that mistake.
Yeah. Newsfeed does really well. I'm just gonna put that out there.
What?
General rule of thumb.
You're cut
And
off.
less expensive.
It is not your turn anymore.
You're done, Chris.
Okay.
Rice.
New Instagram features announced in late December.
Woo!
I'm not gonna make it the whole title.
Keep going.
Longer. Announced
In December.
in late December.
In December of
The rest-
2019.
Back in '63.
The rest of my long headline is to help businesses better understand their community and better control their presence on Instagram.
Go write it.
No. Alright, so they announced this on December 20th. The first one I'm most excited about is stories about you. So this is something that we wanted, like a way that's going to make us easier to post stories. That's why I'm most excited about this first one. So stories that mention your account from the past 24 hours are now aggregated for you to view as a story at the top of the activity tab for businesses. So anytime somebody mentions any of the brands, it'll be aggregated up there. So what we want to do is like reshare dealer stuff as part of their story. So it's going to make it super simple to be like, well, all of these dealers tag. So let's choose the best ones and we can use that throughout their stories. So I'm pumped about that. Age gating is added in, so you now have the ability to control who you can see or who can see your Instagram profile and content by setting up a minimum age limit for your account. So if you feel like you have a client that's getting a bunch of like spammy stuff from younger kids because younger kids don't know anything or like whatever, like just block them and then
Or you have a seedy product that you want to guard the youth of America from.
right, whatever that may be. So you can restrict there through age gating. Growth insights is another part of that, so you can see which posts and stories are generating the most followers. This feature will also give you an aggregated view into follower changes by day or week. Secondary inbox, which is interesting. From a monitoring perspective, you can organize your inbox with primary and general tabs and move messages between two different tabs.
Already doing that.
Yep. So like if you're getting somebody who gets a ton of messages and a lot of them are spammy, then just like don't even pay attention to those and move over the ones that you want. And then this one I was like, I don't know how much we would use it or not, but flexible profile displays. With this feature, you have the option to hide contact information and the business category label on your profile. I don't know if we'll use it or not, but hey, it's available now. That's what I got. Emily?
Mine is Google Ads explanations. There's more to it, but like I'm not. I mean, I could.
That's not.
Wow.
Well, okay, I'll add to it. Explanations about performance changes. So it's a little bit more descriptive.
Center element.
Right into the rocks.
Remember rock setting quarter 3?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Performance changes.
Performance changes, yeah.
You remember how productive that meeting
You don't
was?
remember.
I don't recall.
You would have loved it.
It's because I wrote on the chalkboard.
So, it's not available within like every single ad on Google, but Kate told me we are already doing some of these. There's things called like manual CPC and enhanced CPC. It's just kind of like the kind of bidding in different ads. But we are already doing it on some, like that kind of bidding, and it's these like explanations are available. So basically, like if an ad or your impressions go way up, or your clicks, or your cost changes, or like things go up and down a lot, you can see like why did that actually happen, and there's actually a little button that you can click on that says like see an explanation. You kind of have to request it. I don't think they just like generate a report for you every time, but you can kind of compare like this month to last month and see like what were the changes, and it'll say like this increased 6% because of this, this, and this. And it just helps you because instead of like diving into all these reports and looking across all these different things, it's all available within the Google Ads platform, and then you can just spend more time on optimizing your ads or changing things rather than like why did this change or what's going on with this. And so it just kind of helps you like see like across like however many ads you're doing within Google Ads, and it's still in beta for some of them, but they're going to continue to roll it out like in the next few months. So just kind of better with like report. It helps you more with reporting and why things change and what's
Where
going
is that
on.
located in Google Ads, do you know? If you don't,
You're not required
worry
to be an
about it.
expert on your topic at the Roundtable.
just curious if you didn't know. I can
It
look
didn't
into it.
say specifically, it just said within Google Ads,
Okay.
but it was only available within those like certain search campaigns.
Cool. That's all.
I like it.
And it's only search, it's not display.
Yeah, it just said search campaigns. That's
There's so many questions about this one. I just think it might be a winner.
yeah.
Oh,
I
I
don't
get
know.
Emily's like, what a two-edged sword.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know, it's not that great.
I've only done one so far.
Emily likes to write.
I'd be up for it.
Go ahead and start.
Morgan did say you're
Emily.
good. Yeah, give her a star.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Put hands next to it.
Clapping hands already. Oh no.
Alright, Julie, what you got?
Okay, mine is Google favicons.
Are you timing yourself?
Yes,
Is that why you asked me about it earlier? Hey, did you see the Google favicons?
So does anybody notice this week on Google that there's something new?
The ad.
The
I
favicons?
guess favicons.
Yeah.
You mean like if you just go to Google?
Well, it's not on mine. I meant to tell you that.
Really?
After Julie and I were looking at something this morning, we saw it, and then I went to show M on my own computer, and
Yes.
So, what's happening now, so Google rolled out a new favicon update to mobile first in May, but I noticed it this week on my search. You just do a search on Google, all of the listings contain favicons.
Oh, yeah.
So the reason for doing this is to basically help with brand identity. It's supposed to bring more information to the listings. However, that's sort of controversial because the articles that I read, someone says that they're doing it basically because they lost money last quarter, a lot of money from ads. They didn't have the ad performance. And so with the new way that it's displayed, the ads are like basically the top 4 or 5 are ads now, and they just have an ad icon, but they literally look the same.
They changed the ad icon.
Yes, they did. So they look the same as all, the listings all look the same, and the only way you would really realize it's an ad is by looking at the little favicons. So they're calling it that, what is it, the black?
So that's conspiracy theory about it.
And well, it is and it isn't. They said that, I mean, they know how much money they made or didn't make, so they did say they lost money in the last quarter. But everything else that you read about articles about it are saying good things, besides one guy who was like, well, they're doing it because they lost money and they need to make up their ad budget.
I have always thought they should have coordinating imagery with search listings like they do for other stuff. I guess that's a step toward that.
I was curious, and this is just total guessery.
I'm a big fan of that word.
See how confident I was in it? But I'm curious if they're going to start using the favicon, if you have one or if you don't, as like a ranking factor. Because if you don't, it'll look so wonky. Or if you have like a generic like WordSpace one, or WordSpace. WordPress. It's just going to look
SquarePress.
lame, you know what I mean? So that's obviously just totally guessed that, but.
I know I haven't seen one without a listing in the searches that I've done, without a favicon. So I don't know.
I would think they would probably have placeholder,
Like
maybe,
a little burrow.
if for someone that doesn't have one.
But I think that almost every site has one defaulted to it. So like it would just be the WordPress or whatever. But I just think though that Google would know that.
Hey, let's
too.
check
You know
out
what
our
I mean?
sites
That
and
this
make sure
isn't
they
a-
all have favicons.
Well, Julie and I actually tried to see if we could find one that didn't. We couldn't find one. So
What
great
about-
job, website team.
Morgan?
Mine is about social SEO or SMO, social media
Oh.
New
optimization.
term.
Oh, wow. Interested in learning about this.
Whoa. New terms
I
in
didn't even know
2020.
that was a thing, but it makes sense. So SEO is extending beyond traditional search engines to social media platforms, which is evidenced by YouTube being the second largest search engine in the world with over 3 billion searches monthly. But it's kind of extending to other social platforms. You can use the search function right in there to search for any keyword or trending topic, and those search results matter. So Google launched a major overhaul of their search algorithm back in 2013, but continue to make updates that are all pushing toward factoring in social, oh my god, I just lost the word, social
Being recorded too.
engagement in search rankings, and they say that it is not a direct factor, but all these studies are saying that it does impact SEO. So some different ways that it would be it provides better opportunities for link building and content sharing. It pairs up your content with the right audience. So if someone finds your article on social and they go and click through to read it, it probably means that they're actually interested in it because they were struck by it in their feed. And then it also can help with other metrics like bounce rate and time spent on a page for that same reason of you're reaching people that are actually interested in the topic. And then according to DataBox, they say that sharing your content on social as soon as it's published can actually help get it indexed faster by Google because all the visits you're getting to that page trigger Google to go back and find that new page. So,
Cool.
Yeah.
Great job.
Good job, Ward.
And you found that word that you were.
Yeah.
The rest of us are just gonna stare at you.
We'll wait. My topic is VEO. Give me a V. No, just kidding. Voice engine optimization.
Ooh.
Maybe we're learning some new acronyms.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I wasn't gonna read this, but a lot of you did, and that seemed helpful, so I will. Voice search. Hey Alexa, what's the best sushi restaurant near me? Speech is the most natural form of human communication, which is why companies have been eagerly developing voice-activated technologies to make interfacing with tech as fluid and convenient as possible. Consumers have responded very positively. Siri and Alexa have now become household names, and these new technologies have given rise to a very influential trend, voice search. Today, 41% of adults use voice search at least once a day. Who's there?
About once a day.
Ever?
Yeah,
Who do you talk to?
like,
Siri?
no.
Google?
I just talking Google, yeah.
It's okay, Google?
Does asking it to play music include?
I think that counts.
Yeah.
I talk
Oh,
to
yeah, I
Alexa
do
like
that.
every 20 minutes.
Oh, well, I hear you talk to Alexa. Anyhow, I thought that was interesting. 41% seemed high daily. And then this next one seems real high. And in 2020, voice search is predicted to account for at least 50% of all online searches.
What?
Marketing tips.
So they are thinking that, and I do think that from a mobile perspective, it makes a lot of sense because people are driving or you're busy, and I mean, people just love talking into their phones, but anyhow. In the marketing world, this translates to a very quickly growing emphasis on voice engine optimization. Like SEO, the goal of VEO is to optimize your content to be among the top results in a user's query. However, unlike text-based SERPs, a voice search will only yield one answer. So the stakes are high. Although I did also read something else that said on phones it'll yield 3 answers, but on speakers it'll only yield 1, which I thought was also interesting.
My dad is voice searching all the time. Drives me nuts.
Okay, see what I mean? Voice search often is used with local intent and device factors the user's physical location into the search results. Now people can simply ask, Alexa, what's the best Thai restaurant near me? For this example, you can see that voice search is inherently more conversational, so your VEO content needs to mimic natural language with more long-tail phrases. You also need to ensure that your content is properly structured and tagged with from a technical standpoint. So currently, the search results are communicated through the voices of the device's operating voice. So Siri is Siri, but they're projecting that companies will be able to integrate their own voice so that your actual tone and the literal voice of your business could be a factor in that going forward, which would be kind of cool.
Kelly, answer people's questions.
Do I still have
Hello,
time?
it's Kelly.
Yes, you have a minute.
Oh, okay. So one of the things that I was thinking about through this and a couple of other articles that I read were the types of businesses that it seems like it would really pertain well to, like if you were a local restaurant or any kind of local retail store, like you're looking for a product, like where could I find a kitchen table, or like in their example of like what's the best Thai restaurant, or like an immediate service like, hey, my furnace went out type of a search, because, or like your plumbing, or you're looking for maybe like a recipe or something like that, like things that you kind of just like need. And I'm thinking like from a household perspective, like when you have like physical speakers around, but then also like when you're out and about, like especially in the car, like the types of things that pop up. And thinking through the businesses that would apply to, because I don't think it's super relevant for everyone, but there's certainly a chunk of businesses that it would make a ton of sense for. Break.
And no, you take a break for the marker.
No.
Put the marker down now.
I'm going to be talking about online reputation management / social listening. One moment, please. Don't start the timer yet.
It's already started. Ooh.
Yeah, your time's begun.
Tick.
You just stared at her till you really scared.
You're not going to be able to read it.
Oh my god. Alright, Em just got her doctorate.
What's the last word?
Management.
/ social listening. That's what that part is.
SO. Alright. SO.
Okay, so as I mentioned, I didn't have a lot of sprints this week, so I had some time to do a lot of reading, and I read a lot of things, so it was really awesome. But this topic kind of stood out because I actually had a call with Sprout this week to do a demo of their social listening tool, because it came up as something that Foreverlawn wanted to do, although I don't think it is going to be happening moving forward. But online reputation management is super duper important going into 2020.
That made me really believe it.
Super duper.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So
Bingo bango.
social proof. Does everybody know what social proof is? Because I had to look it up. In case you were wondering, it's a term coined by Robert Cialdini in 1984. Not 1884. 1984. That's the year I was born. It's known as informational social influence. Describes a psychological and social phenomenon wherein people copy the actions of others and attempt to undertake behavior in a given situation. Does anybody understand that? So people do what other people do, essentially, is how I read it. So I think what that is saying, because I'm going to go on to tell you that one of the most influential factors in modern consumer behavior, on average, people read 10 online reviews before making a final purchase. Last year, 94% of people shopping online said positive reviews increased their trust in a brand, and 89% of those people said that they lost trust when there was a negative review. So ultimately, what your customers say about you is way more important than what you're saying about yourself. And then there's the Google algorithm. It's estimated that reviews are the second most powerful factor in the Google rankings. So you get penalized for bad reviews and rewarded for good ones. That is why social listening and online reputation management are so super-de-duper important. Accomplishing this does require tools and data in order to effectively oversee your brand's public image online and on social media. So with the right software, you can mediate crisis and benchmark against your competitors and other top-performing brands. Social media is the world's largest public forum. It's a goldmine of insights into customer sentiment, and such valuable insights cannot be ignored. So the challenge just really lies in effective social monitoring. Also, you should really be actively requesting and incentivizing your customers for feedback. So there's just a really big emphasis on social proof and understanding what your customers are saying about you. So online reputation management is no longer a nice to have, but a must have. The end.
In 30 seconds.
That might have been the longest.
You're telling me.
I actually put time on it.
I can tell it's the best week of your life.
Thanks again for being here with us, and we hope you enjoyed this episode of The Sanctuary. Check back often and visit us online at sanctuarymg.com for more tips and advice around digital marketing and how to grow your business. Have a great week.